Hello and welcome, Omen Storm here. We are back with yet more Harvestella. The focus of today's episode is actually going to be mainly working on taking care of a bunch of the follower quests. We can go and still do these after we reach a certain point in the game, but I want to work on these now just simply so that I will have some time to go and work on some other things that I want all set up in order, because I want to go and have more of the dialogues from eating the different foods and whatnot, and those stop after a certain point. And I do not remember exactly how close we are to that specific point. And I could have just let the game be unpaused so that that would already be close to 10 a.m. when we logged in. Or not logged in, but when we transferred on into the game. That was an oversight on my part. Wait, is Hein ready for me to go? Okay, Hein is ready for me to go talk with him, so I can at least do that here in Shatola. Oh, I wasn't thinking. I was thinking about what all I was wanting to get done in this episode that I forgot to go and just take care of something so simple as to make sure that was 10 a.m. in game so I could go turn in the food that we brought here last episode. Oh, that was an oversight on my part. Hein, what do you have to say? Yo, Omen, you made it. Ooh, I'm sleepy. Are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. Sorry, can't use my back to climb the chair. Ow. No, don't angrily chirp at me that I was sitting in my chair. Ow. Okay, apologies for that. Sorry, I've been immersed in my research that I've barely slept. I've been inspecting the items Fiasola left and reading her ship's log. I've been a very busy boy, as one can imagine, but I've made some headway. And what did you find out? Let's start with the items we recovered from the sea floor, shall we? They were basically items I could decipher just by looking at them, and a fair amount of it was Fiasola's damaged equipment. But there was one large white object among them. I wasn't able to figure out what it was until the very end. Well, figure out may not be quite right, but what I have ascertained is that it's something to be worn. Why would there be clothes down there? I'd say it's more like a suit of armor than it is any clothing you or I would wear. Of course, I tried to wear it myself, but it was so heavy I could barely stand. The helmet was just as heavy, and apparently has the ability to block out the sun. What one would do wearing such a thing is beyond me. Now, that's a mystery. Who would have worn it? I'm afraid I'm not the one to ask. In such situations, the best thing to do would be to ask someone who might know. Sneezing like crazy off to the side. Oh, Lisa. Omens, for example. I don't know anything, so hopefully the others know something. Omens, for example. There's a chance they would know something about what we found. Actually, after where we've gotten to, yeah, he's probably right. They probably would know something. Not that it matters either way. I have no intention of asking them. Well, what's the point of bringing them up then? It's a matter of pride for inquisitive minds such as my own. Even if it only serves to draw things out, I insist on making discoveries on my own. I can understand that. To that end, we will not consult with the omens regarding this matter. No, you're just consulting with Omen. Oh, that's a terrible joke, I'm sorry. With that out of the way, there's another topic to discuss. Fiasola's ship log, which was rich with useful information. It held a great revelation as to our next destination. It would seem that there's something even deeper from where Fiasola's submarine was found. Like what? I'm afraid I cannot provide any specifics. Nothing in depth was written within the ship's log either. What we do know is that Fiasola was looking for something that is much deeper than we have been so far. Perhaps we will understand the meaning behind the future of the past she mentioned by going there. Even further uncharted territory. The thought of what slumbers there has me trembling with excitement. Are you sure it's excitement and not something else? Ugh. Yeah, it's got me can't wait to see it too. You too, eh? Anyway, those are the results of my research. I intend to literally dive in straight away. Don't you want to sleep first? Sleep? Sleep? Why, I've never been more awake. I think that's the sleep deprivation talking. I'll take some time to rest once all is said and done. Again, I think that's the sleep deprivation talking. Time to disembark. This is deeper than even Fiasola could reach. A world where no one has gone before. And we're letting the sleep-deprived inventor pilot a giant submarine in dangerous underwater conditions. What could go wrong? Where's my seatbelt? We'll arrive at Fiasola's submarine soon. But I'm not 100% confident this Fiasola can withstand the pressure from here on out. What do you think, Owen? I think you should have thought about that in advance. I'll believe in the ship. If I don't believe in it, I'm dead. Believe? Hmm? Yes, I believe in all of us. You, me, and the new and improved Fiasola. Let's dive in deeper, shall we? I think we need you to sleep so you can make better decisions. I want my seatbelt, but this ship does not have any seatbelts, I'm afraid. What's this? Did you find something? I think so. Look out the window. Ah, darkness, my old friend. I really didn't want to see you again. The ground here looks like it's been gouged out. It's certainly a little different. You don't suppose something... What? Omen? Look at that. And what are we looking at now? Darkness. A flag! I can hardly see. Let's try and get a little closer. Well, that's a very specific flag. Is it a flag? I've never seen this pattern before. What is a flag doing in a place like this? What is this place? Is this the future of the distant past? Future of the past. But why would a flag be so far underwater? Put this here, and why, and how? Did I have it all wrong? This isn't the sea floor? It's the surface? Fiasola, what did you find? don't remember if anything else other than that flag gets shown. I don't think it does. We don't get to see the so-called suit of armor. Fine. Oh, sorry. I'm fine. We should return to the surface, Owen. We need to research this area right away. I don't remember if there's another quest after this one. If there is, then I'll maybe try and hold off saying anything more. If there isn't, I'll go and talk a bit more about... Actually, no, I can't, because... Oh, there's stuff that will get explained by the game itself. Thank you for joining me this far, Omen. That was quite a scene, huh? If that area was what Fiasola was searching for, then she made one hell of a discovery. Anyway, Omen, let's part ways here. I'm going to grab a quick snooze, then return to my research. If I find anything, then I'll be in touch. Take care until then. Oh, there are still 2 more quests. Okay. That goes to show just how much I had been paying attention to that. And I forgot that absolutely no time passed during that, so... it is still 9 AM. But, for those of... So, that flag is actually a very specific flag, other than just being an American flag. And... I want to go and talk about what this is, but at the same time, I remember the game going and talking about this as well. And now I'm torn between whether I can actually like go and be talking about this or whether it's spoilers. It's kind of, well, I wouldn't say it's obvious, but you can probably put together what that flag is and kind of what's going on based off of the flag and the suit of armor that blocks out the sun. I won't go more into it because I don't remember if it's this quest that goes and talks more about it, or if it's something that's talked more about with the Castle of Illusions and the stuff past that. And let's go in here and disturb Baraka in the middle of his work once again. Did I have anything for you? No, I still don't have anything for that person. After this episode, oh, there's a person down here. After this episode, I probably will spend a couple in-game days farming stuff and getting foods put together so that I can turn them in at the different taverns and similar sort of things. Also doing a bunch of fishing to try and get some of the rare fish. So, what info have you got for me? You must know something about them. I did hear something from a certain merchant I know. Apparently the one you're looking for went into the forest and there's been no sign of them since. Sounds like they're having an important conversation. They have been attacked by a monster? I don't think so. There was an eyewitness. What do you mean? The mercenary who was with that merchant. For him to come out and say that he'd seen them, I believe him. I see. They met and that mercenary lived to tell the tale. Must have a backbone to him, that guy. Well, he survived, but only because he got scared and ran away. At least he's useful enough to survive and give us info. What? Is that all you got for me? No, but here's the thing. He decided to quit after that. He said no number of lives would be enough to slay such a terrible monster. I've never seen him look so terrified. Are you sure you want to go up against that thing, Baraka? I've told you 1,000 times. I will kill that monstrosity if it's the last thing I do. The job is just to sell me information. Very well. You don't make life easy for yourself, eh? By the way, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. What? Do you know that youngster who's standing behind you? Who? Owen, how long have you been here? I didn't want to interrupt you two. I was already talking to you and they didn't look like they had anything urgent to tell you, so I just continued. Shouldn't I have? You can go now. Thanks for the intel. Oh, the music stopped. It was good doing business with you. See you around. Oh, what are those little flower-looking things on the table? Oh, we're zooming away from them. I'm curious about what those little flower things on the table are. Who was that? Just an informant I deal with sometimes. How much of that did you hear anyway? You mentioned killing a monstrosity. So everything then. What are you looking for, Baraka? That's none of your business. For the record, I haven't forgotten our arrangement. But regardless of what you say, I'm not telling you more than that. There's nothing I can do? Fine, I'll say one thing. Our relationship is that of a mercenary and client. Nothing more, nothing less. I'll do the job you paid me to do. But the moment you begin prying into my business, that contract is void. Understand? This is my problem, not yours. This conversation's over. Leave. Thank you. I'm filled with... Ooh. I have a special technique unlocked. Ricochet trick. A powerful piercing attack centered on the target temporarily increases the enemy's break fill rate. Ooh, that's nice. And I don't believe we have any quests that we can... Actually, we might have one quest that we can do all the way up here, but I think we've just got character quests to do here for the time being. Might be wrong about that, though. How much gorilla do we have? We've got 13,000 gorillas, so I'm 7,000 away from the last Toku feed that I saw, from what I remember. Oh, nope, there's a quest here, and this non-character side quest should be the last one for Argent, and this is a familiar figure. What trouble have you gotten into this time? You're even sighing in exhaustion. Oh, Omen. I don't suppose you heard that, did you? What's wrong this time? Just a bit of bad news. They're taking me out of the confessional. So what happened before? I don't know. Could be. I only have myself to blame, though. I imagine it's because I never listened and did things how I wanted. Well, that's what I get. That won't change me, though. I still have every intention of doing things my own way. I'm gonna stick to my principles till the very end. I admire your confidence. Either way, it's too late for regrets. Now I still have a bit more time until I'm officially dismissed, so I've gotta go. I'm sure today will be my last day, so I'm gonna give it my all. See ya. Please don't get into any more chaos. She's still cheerful, even after finding out she'll be getting dismissed? Is this what you were talking about? You heard that? My mistake. I'm not allowed to tell you any more about it. Higher-ups have told me to keep quiet. Anyway, I'd like to ask you a favor. Could you help Claire one last time? I don't think she'll get herself into any serious trouble again like before, but I'm sure she'll find it easier with you by her side. No problem. Great. Thanks. Please look after her. What horrible thing is going to go wrong now? She's gone to the inn. There's someone she's trying to help who's staying there. Well, if it's Mr. Coco you're trying to help, he's left. If you're trying to help Baraka, I'm pretty sure he doesn't want the help. If it's anyone else, then sure, I can probably help. That is all I have to report. Thank you. Keep me posted. Yes, Sister Shrika. Who's this? Oi now. Omen, thank you for coming. You look busy. You could say that. Cleaning up after what Kierkegaard is... Oh, goodness, that name's so hard for me to say. Kierkegaard is taking much longer than anticipated. What with the patriarch missing and the low indulgentia vanished. Not to mention this all happened while many were still unconscious. To put it lightly, the order is in disarray. You haven't told anyone, I take it? I have not. I do not wish to incite further chaos. Anyway, that's why I've been so busy. It'd be nice to have this matter dealt with sooner rather than later. Which is why Sister Shrika should be ordained as the Order's new matriarch. They look pretty important. They look kind of like every other male priest, I'll be perfectly honest. I think there's only been two who kind of look different as far as their outfit goes. But I haven't been paying a whole lot of attention to the details. They're at the Order's upper echelons. Can you give me a moment? Sister Shrika, or perhaps Seraph Child would be more apt. Have you given our discussion any further consideration? I have. No one else within the Order has the want to become its next leader. I dare say there's a very real chance the Order may dissolve if things continue in this manner. I'm quite aware of that, but... Then why the delay? Everyone is requesting that you take up the mantle of matriarch. Myself among them. But... as matriarch, you'll be able to answer the prayers of so many. Only you, the Seraph Child of Legend, would have such miraculous power. So what say you? Move. Pardon? Citus. You... how dare you interrupt? Shrika, I have an urgent report about the case you mentioned. You interrupted our discussion for this? It's part of the job, sorry. Besides, this is hardly the place to pressure her for a decision, is it? Or are you making demands of your desired matriarch? Demands? Such absurdity. Sister Shrika, please consider my proposal. Of course. You should really work on your manners. But I appreciate the save. Thank you. It's no big deal. Anything a delinquent priest like me can do to help. Well, thank you anyway. Now, about the case. Did you learn anything? Is something else going on? It's none of your concern. No, I would like Owen to hear. The number of laymen complaining about ill health has been growing as of late. It's the place of the doctors to step in if there's an epidemic. So I asked them to run medical examinations to be sure. And unfortunately, it looks like your suspicions were right on the money. Results have shown not just high fever and physical exhaustion, but they have also discovered a strange phenomenon where the patient's eyes are being stained blue. I thought as much. Oh, is my controller starting to act up? Is a disease like that? No, this isn't a disease. This isn't a disease. It's the work of monsters. What do you mean? There are creatures in particular known as Neardine. They're usually seen wandering around the vicinity of water. However, they have a habit of contaminating the area where they live, creating water that is harmful to humans. Infected, have they been performing rites at the temple? They have. But as you suspected, anyone who has performed rites within the past week has been infected. Do you use water in the rites? You're catching on. Those who partake in the rites drink the holy water to purify themselves, and the holy water is drawn from the divine Seas-like cave. Which leads me to believe the cause of the contamination is a Neardine. How do you know so much about them? I fought one once before, dealt with a similar case while out on a missionary expedition. That makes sense. The water the Neardine contaminates looks and smells almost no different than normal, which means those who drink it unaware are already being eaten away by the time they realize. Left untreated, it could be fatal. Sites, may I ask you to make a formal report? We're temporarily halting the rites. If I must, I'll inform the administrators. I don't think that's going to go over well. Means there's no time to sit back and relax now. If the Neardine makes its way to the capital, then we're all in trouble. We'll have to take it out quick. I wish I could, but I can't right now. Neardine isn't a monster to be taken lightly. It will require some preparation, which I intend to do right away. I'm sorry we didn't have an opportunity to catch up as planned. Let me help you then. You would help me? Very well. Honestly, I do need a partner for this. Very good. In that case, I will send a letter once preparations are complete. Please stand by until then. Ooh, magic attack goes up while Shrika's in the party, and I've done more of their quests. That's actually somewhat worthwhile since I think all of my favorite all of my favorite jobs to use are actually magic related, aside from the Skylancer. But I still have more jobs that I prefer much more than the Skylancer, so... And we have to go to the inn for the one quest, that's right. Hello there, cat. You're not planning on causing problems again, are you? Yes, I see you need to lay down. Yes, I see. Oh, I just remembered. I don't remember if I bought everything from here that I need to. Yeah, I've gotten pretty much all the stuff that I care about. And we have one additional Vanilla doll that we've gotten from a dungeon. So it actually will probably be worthwhile to turn that in, because if that gets me the accessory making or accessory upgrading thing, I can start to improve my accessories, which will greatly help me right now. Omen, what are you doing here? brother at the temple sent me. Did? I see. Well, thanks for coming. Rodea, my friend here is a super strong traveler. I see. You're this young lady's friend. Nice to meet you. So, what happened? Let me start from the beginning. Mr. Rodeam here is a merchant who came to Arjun a few days ago on a job. But on his way, he was set upon by a pack of monsters. The friend he was with didn't make it to Arjun. Didn't you have a bodyguard? I did. It was him. His name was Levin. He was a mercenary. He would always escort me to my jobs when I needed to travel. We've known each other since we were kids. He was the kind of guy who'd drop everything to go out of his way for me. And despite all that, I left him there with the monsters. One of us had to run a distraction or there was no getting out of that situation. I don't feel right about surviving at such a cost. I left my best friend there to die. That's hard to say anything about. Thanks. Your friend said the same thing to me in the confessional as well. But even if he did the right thing, I'll never forgive myself for it. If I could, I'd go straight back there and look for him. Let's go then. Blair? You have zero sense of self-preservation, I'm afraid. Huh? Are you feeling alright? I left him fighting a whole pack of monsters on his own. And it's been days since then. There's no way he could still be alive. Doesn't matter, I'm still going. I don't know for certain that he's dead yet. But it's pointless trying to stop her. Omen, will you come with me? I feel I'm obligated to, so yes. Going to? Tell me where you last saw Levin. We'll start by looking around there. Ah, fine. Do what you want. I last saw him in the Silent Cave. Thank you. Come on, Owen. We've got no time to lose. My computer is actually starting to have a few issues, so I'm going to actually call this stream to an early end. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like on the episode. If you enjoyed the content I make, subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you in a future stream or video, and thank you very much for tuning in.